Good evening, VV Nation, and welcome to the channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to always have you here. On Mondays, we normally give our top picks for the week. And, looking at gold moving again, I think that's going to play a role in my top picks for the week. But we're going to do this both for U.S. and for Canada. And the first thing we're going to always do is get right into the program and start looking at market timing. No matter what's going on with the news, there's still uncertainty going on with tariffs, but look at the market. Market coming off this level of support, bouncing off that level of support, and we are still in trend, my friend. Market needs to break through that level of level of resistance for the market to have legs to the upside. It did, and we're still moving higher, and we are still in an uptrend. And I'm looking at the MTI, or the underlying trend of the market. We are above 1. So the underlying trend of the market is up. The market is still moving. The news is out there. This is why I wanted you to keep your head off the swivel and watch and trade the chart, not your heart. The chart says that we're still trending higher. How do we know when the market stops trending higher? How about if I'm following the trend line on the VVC, when it breaks below that level of the trend line, that's a good reason to turn around and possibly close out of your positions. If I look at the market timing, the color guard, we still have more yellow than anything. So I'm telling you to be cautious. So I have a search that I run to find my top weekly picks in the software for both the US and for Canada. And if I move over to my viewers tab, here are my top picks. So I'm heavy on gold. Look at that. Harmony up today, 5%. Kinross up 2.5%. DRD up 3%. So I didn't want to be heavy on gold going into my top picks for this week. I do have Fortinet. Now, interesting about Fortinet, look at that. Overvalued, fundamentally sound in an uptrend, buy recommendation, earnings growth 23%. CyberArk, man, way overvalued, but up 2.49%. Fundamentally sound in an uptrend, buy recommendation, earnings growth 33%. Now, I want you to type in the room, how many of you watched the video that I made on Friday looking at undervalued stocks? Type a 1 in the room, and if you enjoyed it, type a 1 and a yes. If you didn't watch it, type a 2, and I invite you to go back to the channel and watch last Friday's video, specifically looking at undervalued stocks. So as I look through these stocks, I look through their graphs. Let's graph them all real quick. I looked at their graphs. Look at that. Harmony Gold. Be careful with that. Same thing with Kinross, DRD. All of these are undervalued. Love the bouncing off supports on all of them. I'm looking at Fortinet. Look at that. Support nicely. And it is overvalued. I know that it's overvalued. But look at the earnings per share rising higher. Nice up day today. It's above the 8 exponential moving average. It's a buy recommendation. RT above 1. Let's go look at cyber. Same kind of scenario. Bounced off support. Looking at the 8 exponential moving average. Nice up day today. Buy recommendation. RT just went above 1. Earnings per share is a concern. Look at it falling. It's a flag, but it won't stop me from buying into the momentum. Now, let's go to our portfolio because I track the weekly picks. Let's go to portfolios. The portfolio's down 3%. I'm not afraid to show that it's not totally working right now, but we are on a rise, starting to pop back up again. So with that being said, I'm keeping that in play. Looking at how much money I'm making on these positions, I've got 3 stocks that we have positive ROIs on. Look at that. Meta, 9%, almost 10%. Google, 3%. Here's the 3 stocks that I got into today. They're not quite moving up today right now. I'm okay with that. Remember, these are my top weekly picks, and we update this portfolio every Monday. So those are my picks. Let's go back to the viewers. Those are my picks. I want you to do the same thing I did. Look at the graphs. Find the ones that are right for you. But all of these stocks are fundamentally sound, all in uptrends, buy recommendations with earnings growth rates, all double digits. All right, so let's do the same thing for the Canadian market. Bring that over. Canadian market trending higher as well, above the 65-day moving average on Friday. Follow through today. The MTI is at 1. I'm really looking for, on both markets, though, for the RT to get above 1. Canada's RT is right at 0.98. In the U.S. market, it's just a little lower, but still in the upper 9s. So I'm really, now that we've got trend in the market, I'm really now looking for RT to confirm the move, telling us we're in an uptrend. But right now, I'm keeping you positive for the week. Let's go to the viewers tab. I have a search that I run for the Canadian market as well. I only found 4 stocks that I was interested in for you this week. Look at this: Blue Metric, 10%, CrowdStrike, 2%, Propel Holdings, 4.9%, and Neat.com, KSI, up over 1%. Only one stock is a hold recommendation. These stocks are not fundamentally sound. The Canadian market and the U.S. market are two different markets. The Canadian market is foundationally based on commodities, gold, silver, oil, those kinds of things for the most part. But all of these stocks that I'm looking at have an RT above 1, and 3 out of the 4 have earnings growth rate in double digits. Let's go look at these real quick. Wow, look at BLM. Put this on 3-month graph. Nice move. I don't like the wick at the top. All right, just keeping that in mind. I'm not feeling the wick at the top, but big open candle today. Definitely moving higher on big volume. Love the RT trending higher. CrowdStrike, I like that play. It's going to get headwinds at this resistance level, but definitely moving higher. Buy recommendation. RT moving higher. Whew. Watch the volume on this. Just be careful with the volume on that. Let's go to the next one. PRL. This is sort of like a U-shaped bottom. Look at that, trending higher. This has got a lot more upside to this level of resistance. Moving higher, very little wick at the top. Nice volume RT above 1. And I'm looking at KSI moving higher. It's going to get headwinds right at this level of resistance. Not quite a buy recommendation yet, but look at that. RT just went above 1. Watch the volume as well. So out of those stocks, I picked a couple that we needed to get into. Let's go to the portfolios. Let's go to, you already had 4 stocks. You only needed 1 stock in this portfolio. It's down about 3.83%, but recently on the rise. Let's go look at what they've been. Look at this, 4% on L, 3.95% on DFY, 3.86 on FFH, 2.53 on MRU, and PRL was the stock that we picked today. And we're already up on it as well. So this is what the portfolio looks like. Again, down about 3.85%. Let's go look and see what happens into next week. We are bringing this number better. All right, on a week-over-week basis, we are bringing this number better, and that's what perseverance is all about and what sticking to the plan is all about. So there's my 5 picks for the U.S. and for the Canadian market and what both of those portfolios are doing. Stick with us. I am positive that we're going to get these into the positive. And again, I'm not afraid to show the negative. Why? Because that's real-world training and trading. This is what you guys go through. So this is what we're going through as well. But I got a plan to put this all together, and I'm using the VectorVest software to do it. Folks, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're brand new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when new videos like this come out. These picks probably, I want you to type something else in the room. Are these picks, whether it's in the U.S. or the Canadian market, are these picks making you money? Type a yes or a no in the room. Are these stocks picks that we do on a weekly basis making money for you? Type a yes or no in the room. Thank you for supporting the channel. This is what we do every week. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.